Welcome back to another after show. Today we're going to talk about bifurcated boat.
Excellent.
First question. You were allowed to pick any episode in Mythbuster history to tackle. Why pick this one?
Because this one gave us the most problems. I mean, we tried everything to split that boat. We even dropped it from a crane, and we couldn't even get it to damage. So it was like one of those things, it was more of a personal thing than a, let's retest this because we think it's interesting. It was like, let's get revenge on that boat.
Yeah. Well, and as well, the fans were asking for it. They wanted it on water.
But actually, for me, I think it was also the opportunity to do a rocket sled. And whenever we get the chance to do a rocket sled, I always say yes.
Me too.
All right, next question. I didn't quite understand this, but why would doing it on water make a difference?
I think it's two things. One, as it's going through the water, the keel kind of helps it stay in line. Whereas before, when we'd hit the buoy, it would kind of like glance off. Mm-hmm. And also that the water provides a surface. It's contacting a large amount of the surface area in the bottom of the boat. So it sort of, I think, provides a little bit more support for that shell.
Well, we saw that when we did Hailstorm, when we were shooting hail balls into the boat. When there was no water backing the boat flexed. But once the water was there, the boat wasn't flexing, and the ice ball actually punched a hole. So I think this was kind of similar, where it's like the water was adding support to the boat, not allowing it to flex and allowing it to split.
Next question. The story seemed jinxed the first time you did it. Were you worried when the barge knocked over the pylon?
Absolutely. It was one of those situations where we were all set to test this. All we needed to do was hook up the boat and go for it. Everything was working perfect, and like right before we went, a giant barge knocks over the pole, and it was like, are you kidding me?
Mind you, through a channel where barges don't come through like more than ever.
Well,
never.
That particular channel hadn't had a barge for like 6 years, and then the day we're testing, a barge decides to come through. I mean, it was seriously like, of course, the boat jinx.
It's back. Yeah, it was definitely back.
I don't believe in jinxes. The whole time I'm like, I don't believe in jinxes, but really?
I didn't believe that the thing was gone. It's like, is it really? Yeah, there's a giant barge, and now the pylon's completely gone.
It's pretty ironic.
When the barge knocked over your pole, how did you get a replacement? Oh, a lot of hustle.
Yeah, there's actually a yard right around there that had all kinds of crazy stuff in it.
Yeah,
so.
We got lucky on that one.
I think it was panic, call, pray, run,
Yeah,
panic.
We have some great producers on our show who are capable of performing miracles on short notice.
Yeah. Too bad they couldn't have performed a miracle on that barge.
Right? Next question. Now, when people say you're going to NMT, do you ever think to yourself, not again? No.
Let's see. We blow stuff up there. We shoot RPGs there. We split things in half on their rocket sled.
It's like a playground for us.
A giant exploding playground.
We love going there.
Next question. At NMT, I was really hoping to see that boat fly down the track. Why didn't you just try it anyway? You mean against the advice of the people who actually own the rocket sled track?
Yeah.
Well, we stated in the myth that, the reason why we did that is because the boat was so fragile that they felt if we launched that thing at 200 miles an hour, it was just going to split apart before you'd even hit the pylon.
Or the fact that it could possibly rip the track off of there and completely ruin their devices.
Have you seen what we do with other people's stuff?
Yeah.
We wreck it.
I mean, you have a choice of either flying the boat down or flying the pylon, and it was significantly easier to fly the pylon.
And I don't think they were going to let us do the boat.
No.
All right, next question. This time, it wasn't a perfect split like it was with a car. Was that disappointing? I don't think I've ever been disappointed after a rocket sled moment, ever.
Yeah.
The one thing I loved about this actual experiment was because we only used 2 rockets and made the sled go 200 miles an hour, we could actually see the event. I mean, normally we're going 700 miles an hour. It's like 3, 2, 1, we hit the ignition, and that rocket sled is gone, and it's just a giant cloud of smoke. This time you could see it go down the track and split the boat in half. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the boat had a completely different structure than the car. I mean, the car was made of metal, the boat was made of fiberglass. The fiberglass just explodes on impact. We weren't going to get two beautiful halves like we did with the car.
And it was a round pole, not something pointy like the snowplow one.
Yeah, when we
It's like
split
a
the car in
blunt.
half, we had a wedge, a cutting device.
Yeah.
This was blunt.
All right, so here's the last question. This is very important. Miami Vice or CSI?
Oh, Miami Vice.
Clearly, Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Miami Vice.
But
Fashion
but
alone.
classic Miami Vice, not like the remake.
No, not the
No,
remake.
We're
Definitely.
talking classic.
Don Johnson.
Don
like
Johnson,
your beard.
Yeah.
Philip Michael Thomas,
Man.
A lot of
Edward
pink.
James Olmos.
I remember in high school,
socks.
there was tuxedos that you could rent. It was the Don Johnson.
I had a Miami
the
Vice.
Miami
look.
Vice. It was like white tuxedo with a hot pink or blue.
I had an orange mesh.
cummerbund. I mean, that was an option,
Yeah. No.
You mean like as a regular look of yours, Miami Vice? A regular?
I had a Miami Vice look. I had several Miami Vice outfits.
You know what? So did my dad. He had a Miami Vice look. That's crazy. Okay, so that's another episode of The After. Not to say that you're old, because you're like my dad, like as my elder, but it's... Anyway,
This is getting way
yes,
weird.
another episode of The After Show where I kind of insult Gran and tell him he's old. It's like he had a lot of pink and white and he just really liked it and you really liked it. It's not like you're so much older than me, even though you kind of are a little bit older than me. I mean, I was like a baby when that show was on.